Hey everyone, this is Cliff and you are watching Cooking with Cliff on the YouTube channel. Today on our second episode I'm actually going to make an American chopped suey. It is made with hamburger, pasta, stewed tomatoes, all kinds of seasonings which I'll show you. We have onion, pepper. It is so delicious, really nutritious. It's one of those comfort foods you can actually have any time of the year. We make a huge batch because we like it for leftover, because as it congeals and all the flavors melt together, it just gets better and better. Second day, third day, fourth day. It's a great thing you can throw into a Tupperware thing, bring to work with you. Great snack, cold or hot. If you got a microwave oven at work, heat it up a little bit. Awesome meal. So let's get started. I'm going to show you all the ingredients first, and then I'm also going to show you what pans you'll need. I'm sure most of you can figure that out, but I'm going to show you anyway, alright? Thanks. Okay, so we're going to be using diced green peppers, diced onion, a small to a medium size would be sufficient. We're going to be using 2 or 3 cans of stewed Italian tomatoes. I'm also going to use a cup of tomato sauce, and then we have a half a teaspoon of black pepper, one full tablespoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme or dried thyme, which is what I'm using, half teaspoon of sage, and 1/2 teaspoon of rosemary. Grind it up pretty good if you have a mortar and pestle. If not, just crunch it up in your hand really good. And then I also have some Parmesan cheese on the side for after, once it's put on the dish, on the table rather. Your guests can use a little part of Parmesan cheese on top, just add a little extra flavor to that. I also put in just a little bit of sugar to cut some of the acids from the tomato products that we're going to be using. So, you know, use your judgment, maybe a tablespoon or so of sugar once everything's mixed together. Throw it in with your sauce and then put everything together once the hamburger is ground up. So we're going to come over here and I'm going to show you. We're going to use 2 pounds of hamburger in the skillet right now. I have a big giant skillet that I'm going to brown that up in, and then I'm going to drain it in a colander in the sink. And I also have a big old pot of boiling water. Well, it's not boiling yet, but as soon as it boils I'm going to throw my macaroni in there. I actually prefer to use macaroni. I just think it holds all the flavors together because it has a little hole in it, and you know, the little tube like hole in it, it actually holds in a lot of the flavors, so it actually gets better and better as the days go by. So I'm going to brown up the burger now, and then I will come back and show you what it all looks like and show you how it looks drained. We actually do this, once I brown the hamburger, I'm going to throw the peppers and onions in the same skillet and soften up those vegetables first, and then we mix it all together with our pasta that's going to be drained, and then all of our seasoning. So I'll be back. So I've taken my ground hamburger and I browned it up in the skillet, and then I drained it in a colander in the sink, but I ran the hot water down the drain as I was doing that, because otherwise you got all the fat that's going down the drain could plug it up. So I run the hot water to dilute it and make sure that it all goes down the drain really well. Once my water boils, I'm going to throw 4 cups of macaroni in that big old pot as soon as that starts to boil, which it's still not boiling, but it'll get there soon enough. I have a little bit of oil left in my pan, so I'm going to use that to saute my green peppers and my onion, and we're going to get those nice and soft, and then we're going to put those on the side and then mix everything together once the pasta is cooked. So here I have my green peppers and my onions. I've sauteed them. You know it's done after like 3 or 4 minutes when your onions start to turn translucent and your green peppers turn a little bit brighter green than when you put them in the pan. It's going to be delicious. I love the smell of onion and pepper together. Oh my God, it smells so good, you guys. So hold on, we're going to be showing you how to mix everything together, alright? Alright, we have our macaroni that has been boiled and strained in a separate strainer and then thrown back into our pot. So now we're going to add all of our ingredients. We can start with the green pepper and onion. Throw that right in. Get all of it in there. There we go. And then into that we can throw in our hamburger. Throw that right in. Get rid of that pot. Take your wooden spoon and you want to start mixing. Get it all congealed together with your pasta. Tried to do this with one hand, so bear with me. It smells good already, and that's even before the seasonings and the sauce and the diced tomatoes, the stewed tomatoes. So once we put that in, here's your cup of tomato sauce. We throw that right in. Get that out of the way. We have our stewed tomatoes. I like to keep them whole, but you can chop them up a little bit more if you want. Keep the juices from the can as well, because the juices help to kind of help meld the flavors and thin out your sauce a little bit so it's not too thick. So we'll mix that up now. Oh, that does smell good. Just keep turning it so it's all mixed together. I hope you can see how delicious that looks. Alright, now we're going to take our black pepper, throw that in, our oregano, throw that in, our thyme, throw that in, our sage, and our rosemary. You throw that all together. When you get all these flavors mixed together and all the herbs and spices are mixed in and you put it on the table, your guests are going to be so pleased with the aroma from this. It smells delicious. It's very nutritious. It's a pretty easy meal to put together. I have a lot of spices. As you can see, my brother built me a really nice spice rack. I have tons of spices. I really enjoy to cook, so I have about every type of spice you can imagine. And I use them all the time. I use them in a lot of different types of dishes, so I like to cook ethnic foods as well. So I have a lot of ethnic type spices. I hope you guys kick up the flavor of your meals with a little bit of seasonings as well, because it really does add something to a dish. Some people don't like spicy, some people just like plain. That's fine too. As long as you're eating nutritious and healthy meals, you're good to go. So now I have mixed everything together very nicely. You can see how delicious that looks. At least I can see it. Hopefully you can too. And you can transfer this to a serving dish, or you can just serve it right out of the pan into your bowls or plates, whatever you decide to use. I will actually mix in afterwards a Parmesan cheese on top. I'll put it on the table for my guests to use, because everybody likes a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of a pasta dish. So I hope that you enjoyed the recipe. I hope you enjoy trying this wonderful meal and enjoyed it as much as my family has. I'm not sure if it's actually called American chop suey. That's what my mother called it my whole life, so that's what I call it. So I hope you enjoyed that recipe, and I hope you do try it. It looks absolutely delicious. I'm going to throw a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of mine. And as always, bon appetit, and more good cooking coming soon. Have a great day, guys. That is so good. Enjoy this recipe, guys.